Imagine a world transformed by the power of giving, where every act of kindness sparks another. These are the champions who dedicate their lives to change. Together, they are paying it forward. Champions of change. Paying it forward. Join us and be part of the movement. Here on the Achievement Channel.
Hello and welcome to Champions of Change on the Achievement Channel. I am Pamela Egbo and I'm broadcasting live from the School of Eloquence in Lagos. Here, we shine a light on those making a real difference in the world. Today, we are excited to spotlight the Bethesda Child Support Foundation, founded by Nkoyo Rapu in 2001. They work to transform the lives of vulnerable children in underserved communities through access to free education and community empowerment. I'll be speaking to their ED, Ogechi Ofurum, about the mission to create opportunities for children from underserved backgrounds, helping them to break the cycle of poverty through education, mentorship, and support. Welcome to Champions of Change, Oge. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Great. So, Bethesda Child Support Foundation, you are the ED of it, and your remit is to help children who come from poor communities with free education.
Exactly.
Get them out of the poverty trap. Tell us how your work in the last 23 years has impacted on the communities that you serve.
Thank you so much for that question. In the past 23 years, we've worked with different stakeholders to build tuition-free schools in various communities and offer academic scholarship to children from underserved communities. We've not done this alone as an organization, but we've worked with various individuals, as I mentioned earlier, and the impact has been tremendous. For instance, we'll have testimonies of children that, before now, they never had graduates in their families, and now they are graduates in those families. We've been able to, it's been a tool for poverty alleviation because most of them beyond graduating are now becoming economically empowered, so they are able to change the narratives of their families and their societies. There's also another way we've also empowered the communities by providing jobs for our teachers, because most of the teachers are people within those communities, and crime rates in those communities are also reduced because, for instance, instead they are now engaged in academic activities rather than roaming on the streets. So from different angles, there have been a lot of benefits in setting up schools in slums and poor communities, from poverty alleviation to economic empowerment to social development to reduction of crime rates. So yes, we've done a lot in this past 23 years.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Tell us about the school that you guys inaugurated this year. And I want you to speak to particularly about youth unemployment, because that's a big issue in Nigeria. I think the statistic is over 34% of our youth right now in Nigeria are unemployed. So what is the game plan in terms of how, when people leave Bethesda schools, is there a plan to help them further?
Okay, so we actually inaugurated three schools actually this year.
Okay.
One is a literacy center through our She Reads initiative, where we tend to empower girls or women, out-of-school women, with the ability to read and write. That initiative is done in partnership with Access Bank. Then the second school we inaugurated this year. Okay, so that school is in Ondo State. Ojumole community is an isolated community across the river in Ondo State. The second initiative is we've been able to set up a school at Ekong in Cross River State, a secondary school. It's a neighborhood where, prior to this time, they didn't have a secondary school.
Wow.
So we just initiated, or rather set up that for them. The third initiative is our digital school, which we just did. I think that's about 3-4 weeks ago. And I think that digital school actually addresses your question, because we realized that most of our beneficiaries after secondary school, due to economic reasons, they are not able to further their education to the university. In fact, when we did our research, we realized that just about 10% of our graduates are able, secondary school graduates are able to make it to the higher institution because of economic reasons. Not all sponsors are willing to go beyond secondary school. So we thought back and asked ourselves, what can we do to empower them in such a way that after secondary school, they are not just going back to the slums, you know, but they are able to make progress, you know, with their individual lives, become economically empowered and start making a living. And we thought of the digital skills. In today's world, you know, technology, you know, it has become the in thing. You know, so when we did our research, most of them wanted to have one digital skill or the other. So for the pilot phase, we started at our secondary school at Aja, Ikota community. So the plan is after your SS3, we call it the SS4 initiative. After the SS3, rather than just getting back to the streets or into the streets, you go through a 1-year digital skill acquisition program. Afterwards, you can use whatever you've gained from the program to enhance your lives economically.
That's amazing. Now that leads me to my next question, because partnerships are key to making your mission strengthened and sustainable, isn't it? So how do you go about getting the partners? What do you look for in a partner, and how has that helped in sustaining the mission so far?
So like you rightly mentioned at the beginning, we've been existing for 23 years, meaning that we have our records to show, you know, that we've been able to achieve certain milestones. And in this past years, we've also been able to work with different organizations across the globe. Partners essentially are looking for people that will enhance their own objectives, and we are also looking for people that will maximize, you know, our impact. So with that in mind, you know, it has to be a mutually benefiting relationship. Yes. So there have been situations where we come up with the ideas and we have partners that are willing to sponsor it financially. We'll come up with the partners, we have partners that are willing to key into it. We need to understand that it's not all about money, despite the fact that money plays an important role. But we'll have media organizations that want to help us to spread the information. We've had individuals, you know, that want to use their platform, you know, to also spread the information. We have people that are volunteering to do one work or the other to enhance the initiative. We have people that are playing advisory roles, you know. But talking about corporate organizations, essentially most of them have donated financially towards the initiative. Like I mentioned earlier, there's the She Reads with Access Bank. We're actually empowering 200 girls at Ojumole community, teaching them how to read and write. This is the pilot phase. It's going to elapse in sometime March next year. We're in partnership with FCMB. FCMB, we've been in partnership with them for about 23 years now.
Amazing.
Yes, and at the moment they are sponsoring about 50 children, you know, in our school. So we have different categories of partnerships. Like I said, not all is financial, some are non-financial as well. That's
great. That's great. So I know that your primary goal is obviously scholarships for children who are, you know, who cannot pay for an education. I know also that you have other support services that
we do.
Like mentoring, your healthcare initiative. Can you tell us more about that and why it's important to have those beyond just paying school fees?
Okay, so before I dive deeper into that question, I would like to give a scenario. I think sometime middle of this year, we realized that attendance across our schools were dropping, you know, and performances were also dropping as well. So when we asked questions and did a bit of research, we realized that most of the students were coming to school hungry.
Wow.
Yes, and when you're hungry, your ability to learn, you know, is naturally hindered. You know, and when you're not able to understand what you're being taught, it will affect your performance. And what we did was that we had to launch a feeding initiative where we picked on selected days, you know, and periods to feed our beneficiaries across all our schools in Lagos, Ogun, and other states in Nigeria. So it's very important to give, beyond providing the education, there are other things that we need to do to enhance their learning. You know, there is no need to providing education when they will not be able to take advantage of it or leverage, you know, on it. So beyond the feeding initiative. We also have health initiative, like you've said. There have been situations where people are unable to comprehend because they can't see the classboard very well, or they are not able to write what they've been taught or what is going on in their head properly. So have health initiative where we've been able to screen the student, provide medical lenses for them. There are other mentorship, putting in perspective their background. They come to school with a lot of baggages, So we need to help them to onboard in those baggages and talk to them about being whole, and all that. So it's a holistic process beyond the education, beyond provision of education.
I love that. I think it's really important to have that holistic process, because we're a whole human being, and it's not just about education.
Exactly.
You want to have people who leave your school being well-rounded and robust and ready for the challenges that they're going to face once they leave. So that's fantastic. So we'll take a quick break right now, and we'll continue this amazing conversation with Oge when we're back.
Champions of change. Paying it forward. Join us and be part of the movement.
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you forget your points? Are you shy and need confidence? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how at the School of Eloquence,
the home of public speaking. Attend our 2-day practical training in public speaking. Call 0802 303 2066 or log on to schoolofeloquence.org.
School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
What does it mean to give back to society? It's a question that resonates deep within us, a call to action, a reminder of our shared humanity. In a world that often asks, what can I get? Those who give back stand out, shining a light on the beauty of generosity and the power of paying it forward.
Hello, we are live here at CVL Leadership Tributes Colloquium 68th edition with the theme Unlocking Indigenous Pharmaceutical Potentials, Policy Solutions for Growth. We are here to ask a very important question, which is, what does it mean to give back to the society? Sit back and listen to what people have to say. So what does it mean to give back to the society?
Wow, that's a big question, However, giving back to society means being sacrificial. Understand? Your ability to be able to take out of not even your abundance now, but the little you have and impact society. Could be your finances, could be your talent, could be your time, could be any resources. And you put it towards improving humanity, making things better, you understand? So it comes from a perspective of empathy, putting yourself in the shoes of other people, you understand? Feeling what they feel, you understand? Thinking what they think, you understand? Not assumption now, but actually reality, being in the other person's show. You get my point now. And when you are considerate of that and you want to help solve problems of society, you want to help reduce the challenges, you want to provide solutions to challenges, then I believe you are giving back to society.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm really blessed. Thank you, sir. What does it mean to give back to the society in your own words?
In my own words, I think it's very simple. You have to be intentional about wanting your society to get better, to improve. So everything you do, you put energy into saying that the society is better for it. It shouldn't be about your selfish gains. It shouldn't be about you. It should be about the bigger society. It's very simple. The way you do everything you do, you must have it in mind that the end result should be for the betterment of the bigger picture, the society in general. Because whether you like it or not, at the end of the day, we are all going to leave this place and go. So what are you leaving behind? You leave behind a better society for the ones coming behind you.
So for you, Ma, you think having a good mindset, a positive mindset, and then putting in that energy, that intentionality is a way of giving back to the society?
Yes, for me, that is what it is. I think it's being sincere. And it's a simple thing, I've come to realize that you take nothing out of this world. So the important thing is what you leave behind. So what you leave behind is what you sow back into the society, what you sow back into the lives of others, what you sow back, even it could be through your business, it could be through your church activities, maybe your NGO, what impact are you making? The earlier we begin to realize that we are living with nothing, then we begin to understand that what is more important is what we are sowing back into the society before we go, because eventually we are all living. Everybody is going to live. So acquiring the whole world for yourself makes no sense, because you're not going to live with any of it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What does it mean to give back to the society, sir?
Well, to give back to the society is far beyond your physical resources. There's so many things you can give back. You can give back your part of your ideas. What took you to where you are? How you are able to arrive at whatever level you have found yourself, when we talk about success especially. So giving back to the society means being able to inspire the society at large to be able to come up to the level that you have found yourself, either through your philosophy, your aspirations, and also hard work. So, and like I said, it's a whole lot of things. So you can also give resources back to the society. We cannot discountenance that. So whatever you have acquired in skills, in knowledge, in resources, you can always give back to the society, and that can greatly motivate or inspire the society at large. So making more champions after you.
That's very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So you have it there. You've heard the different definitions of what it means to give back to the society, and we are sure you've been motivated to give back to the society in whatever capacity you can. Till next time we meet, we remain the Achievement Channel. Goodbye.
Giving back is more than charity. It's empowerment. It's about creating opportunities, fostering hope, and building a legacy that endures. When we give, we don't just change lives, we transform communities.
Champions of change. Paying it forward. Join us and be part of the movement.
Welcome back to Champions of Change. So today we've been talking to Oge from the Bethesda Foundation, and she's been telling us about the wonderful work that they've been doing for children in underserved communities. So Oge, tell us, what is the vision of the future for your foundation, and how do you intend to spread this impact to other parts of Nigeria?
Okay, so for the vision, we have a couple of things on the table. We're thinking of starting a teachers training institute. Getting quality teachers in Nigeria, it's a challenge because most people don't want to engage in the teaching profession for numerous reasons. You know, so we're thinking of probably having our own teaching institute to train teachers.
Great idea.
That's one. We're also thinking of a full-blown vocational school because we understand that beyond the secular education, going to the university and picking up a white-collar job, vocational skills are actually very key and important in today's world. So we're thinking of that and also expand our digital school. So we're having conversations here and there. They're all in the pipeline, and we'll get to let you know as they unfold.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think it's key what you said about vocational education. I think that's so important. I think, you know, not everybody wants to go through the traditional role of going to university. And if you look at people who are some of the top CEOs of the world, I think about Mark Zuckerberg or Richard Branson, they are all university dropouts that didn't finish, and they're doing very well. And I'm very pleased to see that trend becoming more common right now in Nigeria, where people are recognizing how important vocational skills are. So that's really good.
Thank you.
So finally, I want you to basically talk to our viewers and tell us how we can get involved with your wonderful work for people who want to either donate or volunteer, get involved with what you do.
Okay, so like my founder would say, this is our season of expansion. Prior to this moment, we've just been in Lagos and Ogun states, but in recent times we've expanded to Ogun states. We have a literacy center at Ogun State. We have a secondary school at Cross River State. There's a school at Akwa Ibom coming up in January, and there's also a literacy center coming up in January too in Warri, Delta State. So yes, we're soliciting for support, and it can come in numerous ways. We're soliciting for volunteers. We're soliciting for people that would want to give their time. We're soliciting for people that want to give non-financially in terms of books, stationaries. We're also soliciting for financial support from corporate organizations and from individuals. So if you're touched by this and you want to be a part of this initiative and join us to make an impact, you can call me on 0811 755 1554. My name is Ogechi Ofurum.
Fantastic, Oge. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Great. So it's been a great program today. Like Oge said, we will put all their details on our channel, all the links to their website and contacts for you to get involved if you want to donate or become part of their volunteering team. Thank you so much, Oge.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful.
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you forget your points? Are you shy and need confidence? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how at the School of Eloquence,
The home of public speaking. Attend our 2-day practical training in public speaking. Call 0802 303 2066 or log on to schoolofeloquence.org.
School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
I'd like to thank Ogechi for her passion and heart in driving forward the incredible work being done at the Bethesda Child Support Foundation. We hope today's conversation has inspired you as much as it has inspired us. I'm Pamela Egbo, and it's been an absolute pleasure bringing you this episode live from the School of Eloquence in Lagos. Till next time, bye for now.